This is the original shot I wanted, but the composition didn't work, so this is what I changed it to. I added a red tablecloth to stop light reflections on the wooden table. I add in practical lights in the foreground and background. I hang a net curtain in the foreground of the scene to create an obstruction from which the camera is shooting behind, and put a fan next to it so it moves. I'm setting up a third lamp to backlight the scene, and I turn off the room lights with the practicals on to make seeing the value of the third light easier and to move and adjust it. I decide I want a warm colour temperature and add on a full CT orange gel. You can see the difference between the white light and the tungsten light. Next I turn on a fourth lamp in front of the table on the floor with a half CT blue gel on to fill in any shadows on the front of the scene and even out the light on the tablecloth. Then I add another front light with a blue moonlight tone, changing around the colour temperature and strength. Here I am sitting in the room to test the light values on skin tone and a face to see how the shadows fall on the curves of a face. I start with the house lights on, add the first practical light, then the second, then the third backlight, then turn off the house lights, add fourth floor light, add my laptop in front of my face as a blue LED light for highlights, and then add the final moonlight lamp. This is my chosen composition for this shot. I ideally wanted more of the corridor in the shot to emphasize the frame within a frame and the leading lines either side of the frame. However, this would have meant moving the camera back and losing the angle that means we can see the face of the person at the wardrobe and the edge of the bed. I add a small practical light in the foreground for depth, however I couldn't get it close to the camera and therefore bigger in the frame where I would have liked it. Then I added a lamp to light the front of the scene with a full CT orange gel on, acting as a light from the corridor shining into the room. Next I used another lamp to fill the shadows from the side with a half CT blue gel on, placed on the right of the bed, pointed at where the main action will happen. I add a third lamp next to the second lamp but closer towards the camera to fill the rest of the room with light the second cannot fill with a quarter blue gel. I turn off the house lights to check the intensities and positions of each light and if the scene is lit well enough. I decide that it is not and add another lamp next to the others that adds a light pattern on the wall behind that I make as faint as possible while still adding some texture and depth onto a blank wall. Then to light my face as I face the other direction mostly, I use a torchlight on my phone and point it at my face from above, balanced on the top of the wardrobe. Here I build up the lights step by step, starting with the house lights, the front tungsten lamp, the small practical light, turn off the house lights, the first half blue gel light, the light with the pattern, the light with the quarter blue gel on, and then the phone torch light.